All right, so are you ready? Because we are diving deep into the world of Aries today.
Oh, I am so ready.
We are unpacking, basically it's like a guidebook to understanding Aries.
Right.
And let's be honest,
Mm-hmm.
surviving relationships with this sign,
Oh, yeah.
no matter who you're dealing with,
Yeah.
an Aries lover,
Yeah.
friend, colleague,
Great.
this deep dive has some serious insights for you.
You know what I think is so fascinating about this source material?
Okay.
Is how it really emphasizes how intense they are
Oh, yeah.
about everything.
They don't do anything halfway.
They really don't.
Right. It's like they turn the volume up to 11
Oh, no,
on
everything. Yeah.
on everything.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly a sign known for subtlety.
Not at all.
But before we get into like the nitty-gritty of relationships, let's set the stage a little bit.
Okay.
The source describes Aries as the first sign of the Zodiac,
Yeah.
which I always find so interesting. It's
Yeah.
like they're kicking things off with a bang.
I mean, that makes total sense, right?
Right.
I mean, it being ruled by Mars,
Yeah.
the planet of action and, war.
Yeah, of war.
It kind of adds another layer to
Yeah.
that kind of warrior energy that is embedded in them.
Like it's in their DNA.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this warrior energy,
Right.
first sign of the Zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already sensing a theme of bold beginnings.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
what does that actually look like in a relationship?
Right.
Like,
Okay, let's talk about it.
yeah, let's start with love.
Okay.
What does this source say about the Aries approach to romance?
Ooh, hold on tight.
Okay.
Because it's a wild ride.
Okay.
They dive headfirst into love.
Okay.
No hesitation, no playing it cool.
Ah.
It's all about the passionate pursuit.
You know, I've always wondered about that.
Yeah.
Because I hear that about Aries, right?
Yeah.
They're all about this passionate pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
But is it just about the chase for them?
Right.
Or are they actually looking for something deeper?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, what's the end goal?
Yeah.
Is there an end goal?
Well, that's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Because they crave both.
Okay.
They want the thrill of the chase,
Uh-huh.
but they also want deep loyalty
Oh, okay.
once they've found their person.
So they're not afraid of commitment then?
No, not at all.
That surprises me
Yeah.
because they have this reputation of being, I don't know, a little impulsive,
Right.
maybe not thinking things through all the way.
Yeah, I mean, they are impulsive,
Yeah.
but they're capable of incredible devotion.
Okay.
It's like once they've decided you're the one,
Yeah.
they go all in.
Right.
It's that warrior energy again,
Yeah.
fighting for what they believe in,
Mm.
including the relationship.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine that there are some challenges
Right.
that come with all of that intensity.
Oh, yeah.
What does the source say about the potential downsides?
Okay, well, one thing it really emphasizes
Yeah.
is that boredom
Mm-hmm.
is the absolute kiss of death
Okay.
in any relationship with an Aries.
Okay, so we got to keep it spicy,
Oh, yeah.
keep it exciting.
They thrive on excitement, spontaneity,
Yeah.
a little bit of drama.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's like they need that constant spark
Yes.
to keep the flame alive.
Definitely.
Okay, so what are some practical tips then
Okay.
for keeping an Aries partner happy
Right.
and engaged?
So,
Does the source offer any advice on that?
yeah.
Okay.
It suggests planning adventurous dates,
Okay.
breaking routine,
Uh-huh.
constantly finding ways to challenge them
Okay.
intellectually.
So it's not just about grand romantic gestures.
No.
It's about keeping them on their toes,
Yes.
a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And another key point is being decisive.
Oh, okay.
They hate waffling.
Yeah, that makes sense
Yeah.
because they're so action-oriented.
Right.
I bet they find indecisiveness so frustrating.
Oh, incredibly.
Okay, so we've got adventurous dates,
Yeah.
being decisive. What else?
Direct communication.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't do subtle hints.
Yeah, right.
So express your appreciation directly.
Got it.
Tell them what you want. Be honest about your feelings.
You know, that actually resonates with what I've seen with Aries.
Yeah.
Because they might have a fiery temper,
Right.
but they're also incredibly straightforward.
Oh, yeah.
And they value that authenticity.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, so no mind games.
Exactly.
So we have to just put it all out there
Yeah, up front.
on the table.
Yeah.
But speaking of that fiery temper,
Right.
the source did mention that their communication style can be a bit jarring for some.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not exactly known for sugarcoating things.
Right.
So if you're someone who's sensitive to criticism
Mm-hmm.
or needs a lot of reassurance,
Right.
a relationship with an Aries, it might require some adaptation.
Adaptation is key, for sure.
Yeah, you're right. It's about understanding that
Yeah.
their directness. It's not
Right.
meant to be hurtful.
Right.
It's just how they communicate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like their love language almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're always cutting to the chase,
Yeah, yeah.
which can be refreshing and
Definitely.
also intense
Right.
sometimes.
For sure. But behind that fiery exterior
Yeah.
is a heart that yearns for deep connection
Okay.
and loyalty.
Okay, so it sounds like navigating a relationship with an Aries
Mm-hmm.
is all about finding that balance
Yeah.
between embracing the excitement
Right.
and learning to handle the heat.
Oh, yeah. That's a great way to put it.
And speaking of handling the heat,
Okay.
let's move on to compatibility.
All right.
Because our source does suggest that some signs are
Mm.
just naturally more in sync with
Yeah.
Aries' fiery energy
That's right.
than others. So who do you think
Okay.
can handle
Mm-hmm.
the Aries inferno?
Oh, that's a good question.
Who can go toe-to-toe with them?
Right. So I'm picturing someone who can
Yes.
either match the intensity
Yeah.
or at least roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches.
Right.
Okay.
What does the source say?
Yeah, what does it say?
It highlights signs like
Okay.
Leo,
Okay.
Sagittarius,
Uh-huh.
and surprisingly, Gemini.
Okay, so Leo, I get
Yeah.
another fire sign.
Right.
Loves the spotlight.
Yeah.
Not afraid of a little drama.
Right.
What about Sagittarius?
So Sagittarius shares that love
Yeah.
for adventure
Okay.
and freedom.
Mm-hmm.
That's so important to an Aries. They're both independent spirits
Uh-huh.
who thrive on new experiences.
They're always up for trying new things,
Yeah.
pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But Gemini,
Okay, yeah.
that one throws me off a little bit.
Right.
Because Gemini's an air sign, right?
Yeah.
How do they fit into the picture?
So Gemini brings mental agility
Okay.
and kind of like that spark of unpredictability.
Mm-hmm.
They're quick-witted, adaptable,
Okay.
always up for a good debate.
Right.
So it keeps things interesting.
Oh, so it's like the
Yeah.
air fuels the fire,
Yeah.
creating this dynamic, exciting energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the signs that might clash a bit?
Okay. So
Because the source did mention some potential friction points.
it does caution about signs like Cancer and Virgo.
Oh, okay. Now those make a lot of sense to me
Yeah.
because Cancer is known for being
Yeah.
sensitive and emotionally driven.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that might be a little overwhelming for an Aries
For sure.
who prefers direct communication.
Definitely.
And then Virgo
Mm.
can be very detail-oriented,
Yeah.
structured,
Right.
which might clash with that impulsive nature
Right.
of an Aries.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not that these relationships are doomed. No, no, no.
But they might require more conscious effort
Yeah,
from both partners
right.
to bridge those fundamental differences.
Exactly.
It's like learning to speak
Yeah.
each other's love languages.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need a translator.
Totally.
All right, so let's shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about Aries as a friend.
All right.
Because I have a feeling
Right.
this is going to be just as entertaining.
This is a good one.
What stood out to you
Okay.
from the source material?
Their loyalty.
I think
Like
that-
Aries friends are the ride or die kind.
Oh, yeah.
They got your back, no questions asked.
Okay, so they're going to be there for you
100%.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they bring this energy
Mm-hmm.
that's like always up for an adventure,
Oh, yeah.
which is contagious.
I can imagine. They're
Yeah.
always down to try new things,
Right.
explore new places, or just like shake things up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the source does also hint at
So potential downsides.
it
too.
does. It does.
Okay, what are they?
So it mentions that their impatience can show up in friendships.
Okay.
Like especially if you can't keep up.
Is you can't keep up with their pace.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And they need their solo time to recharge.
Okay, so as much as they love
Yeah.
being surrounded by people,
Right.
they also need those moments to retreat
Yes.
and refuel.
Exactly.
It's that independent streak again.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so to sum it up,
Okay.
an Aries friend is loyal, adventurous, and always up for a good time.
Yes.
But they also need their space.
Right.
And they appreciate friends
Yeah.
who can match their energy and honesty.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's friendship.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears and dive into the world of Aries
Okay.
at work.
All right.
Because I'm picturing this whirlwind
Oh, yeah.
of bold ideas
Mm-hmm.
and a get-it-done attitude.
Oh, for sure.
It's like a,
It's a show.
it's got to be a show.
Yeah. So picture this.
Okay.
They walk into a meeting,
Okay.
fearless, brimming with energy.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones pitching the bold, innovative ideas,
Yeah.
challenging the status quo.
They're not afraid to shake things up or push boundaries.
Not at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not in their nature to
Yeah.
just sit there quietly.
Right. They thrive
Yeah.
in these fast-paced environments where they can make a real impact,
Okay.
and their courage is infectious.
Okay.
They inspire those around them
Right.
to step out of their comfort zones and strive for greatness.
Okay, so they're good to have around.
Oh, yeah.
But let's be real for a second.
Okay.
That same direct communication style that we talked about,
Right.
that's so refreshing in some contexts.
Yeah.
It might not always fly
Right.
in the workplace.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people might find it a bit abrasive.
That's a valid point.
Right.
The source does acknowledge that their straightforwardness.
Can be a double-edged sword.
Okay.
It can be incredibly effective at cutting through the noise and getting things done.
Yeah.
But it can also rub some people the wrong way,
Right.
especially in workplaces that value diplomacy.
Right. So it sounds like self-awareness is key for an Aries in the workplace.
Yeah.
They need to be mindful of how their communication style impacts others and maybe sometimes dial back the intensity a little bit.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance.
Yeah.
You know, between being authentic
Yeah.
and being sensitive to the dynamics of the workplace.
And on the flip side of that,
Right.
their colleagues need to understand that their directness, it's not malicious.
No, not at all.
It's just their way of being honest and efficient.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's like learning to appreciate a different dialect. Once you understand the nuances.
You can really appreciate the beauty of their directness. And the source also highlights the importance of challenge for an Aries.
In the workplace.
In the workplace.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They thrive on projects that stimulate their minds, allow them to take initiative, and push their creative boundaries.
Exactly.
They're not meant to be cogs in a machine.
No.
They need to be at the forefront, driving innovation, making their mark on the world.
That's a good point.
And this actually ties into one of the most intriguing aspects, I think, of Aries that the source delves into.
Okay, tell me.
Which is their hidden fears.
Oh, okay.
I am always fascinated by the contrast between how people present themselves and what's really going on beneath the surface.
Totally.
So what secrets does the source reveal?
Okay, so it emphasizes that Aries hates appearing weak, which is why they rarely discuss their fears openly.
Okay.
But deep down, behind that confident, fiery exterior, they grapple with vulnerabilities like anyone else.
Yeah, so what are some of these hidden fears that the mighty Aries struggles with?
The source mentions a few.
Okay.
The fear of failure, which fuels their drive to succeed and leave a lasting legacy. The need to prove themselves, to constantly demonstrate their strength and capability. And perhaps most surprisingly, a discomfort with expressing deep emotions. You know, it's so human.
It is. It's so human.
Right. Like this need to be seen as strong and capable, even when we're all wrestling with our own insecurities.
Yeah. And for an Aries, with all that fire and bravado, it's almost counterintuitive.
It is.
To think of them struggling
right.
with these very human fears.
But it's a reminder that everyone,
regardless of their astrological sign or outward personality, has vulnerabilities.
It's what makes us human.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, and understanding those hidden fears can be incredibly helpful in navigating any relationship with an Aries.
So how can this knowledge help us better understand and relate to the Aries in our lives? Did the source offer any guidance on that?
It suggests that by recognizing those underlying fears, we can approach our interactions with more sensitivity and compassion.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So, for example, knowing that Aries fears failure, we can offer encouragement and support rather than criticism when they're struggling with a project.
That's such a valuable insight.
Yeah, it's about understanding the motivations and insecurities that drive their behavior.
Right.
And responding in a way that makes them feel seen and supported.
Rather than judged or dismissed.
Exactly. It's about creating that safe space for them to be vulnerable, even if they don't always express it openly.
So let's circle back to relationships for a second.
Yeah.
And talk about some practical tips for keeping the flame alive with an Aries.
Yeah.
Because we all know this is a sign that needs constant sparks.
They do.
So how do we keep them engaged?
Okay, so
what secrets does the source reveal?
It all comes back to the need for excitement and spontaneity.
Right.
That we talked about earlier.
Yeah, we can't let them get bored.
Boredom is the enemy.
Yeah, it's the kiss of death.
Yes, exactly.
So how do we keep them engaged?
Okay, so some concrete examples.
Yeah.
Planning surprise dates.
Okay.
Breaking routine. Doing things that challenge them intellectually. Or encouraging them to pursue their own goals.
Okay, so it's not just about grand gestures or expensive trips.
Right.
It's about creating.
It's about those little moments of surprise and delight that keep the relationship fresh.
Keep it exciting.
And exciting. Yeah. And another crucial tip is giving them space. To be independent.
So finding that balance between being a supportive partner or friend and allowing them that room to breathe. To pursue their own interests.
Exactly. It's not an easy feat.
No, it's not.
But the rewards are worth it.
Yeah.
And of course, communication is key.
Communication's always key.
As with any relationship.
Yeah.
But with an Aries,
it's
especially important to be clear, passionate, and direct.
No passive aggressiveness.
No, they do not respond well to that.
Got it. So honesty is key.
Yeah.
When conflict arises, it's best to address it head on rather than letting things fester.
Exactly. And no mind games.
No mind games. Yeah. They see right through that anyway.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And remember, they have a quick temper.
Right.
But it fades quickly.
Yes, it does.
So don't get caught up in the drama.
Just ride out the storm and then address the issue calmly once they've cooled down.
Yeah. So surprise them. Give them space.
Right.
Be direct.
Yeah.
Learn to navigate their fiery outbursts. I think I can handle that.
I think so, too.
There's one more thing I'm curious about, though.
Okay.
The source mentioned this idea of Aries being both a warrior and a child at heart.
Yes.
What's that all about?
That is a fascinating contradiction.
It is.
Isn't it? Like you have this bold, assertive energy ready to conquer the world, but also this playful, innocent side that just wants to have fun.
Right.
And experience life to the fullest. It's a bit of a paradox.
It is.
But that's what makes them so captivating. You know, they have this incredible zest for life, this childlike wonder that shines through even in the midst of their warrior spirit.
So how do these two sides coexist?
Okay, so think of it like this.
Okay.
The warrior side gives them the strength and courage to pursue their goals and protect those they love. It's what drives them to be leaders, innovators, trailblazers.
Right.
But the child at heart is what keeps them connected to their passions, their sense of adventure, and their ability to find joy. In the simple things.
So they're constantly balancing these two powerful forces within them.
Right.
And understanding that duality is key.
It is.
To appreciating the complexity of an Aries individual.
It's not enough to just see the fiery exterior.
You got to recognize the vulnerability.
You have to,
that makes them so much more than just a force of nature.
Right.
You know, this reminds me of something that the source brought up.
Okay.
It poses this really insightful question. It says, how can understanding the motivations and fears behind an Aries' actions help you build stronger, more fulfilling relationships with them?
That's such a powerful question.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's easy to get caught up in the surface level behavior.
Totally. You just see the impulsiveness, the bluntness, the occasional fiery outburst.
Exactly.
But if we take a step back and really try to understand the why.
The why.
Behind those actions, it opens up a whole new level of empathy and connection.
It's like we're peeling back the layers of the onion.
Right.
And getting to the heart of what makes them tick.
And once we understand that, we can respond in a way that strengthens the relationship rather than creating more friction
Exactly. It's about recognizing that their actions aren't arbitrary.
Right.
They're often driven by those deep-seated fears and desires we discuss.
Right, that need to be seen as strong.
Exactly.
That fear of failure. They're longing for adventure.
Yeah.
So if we can understand those, we can meet them where they are and create a space for genuine connection.
That's where true understanding and connection begin.
So it's about seeing beyond the fire to the heart of the person.
Exactly.
And recognizing that those seemingly contradictory qualities, the warrior and the child, are what makes Aries so unique.
Yeah.
And so lovable.
This has been such an insightful deep dive.
It has.
I feel like I have a whole new perspective.
I do too.
On Aries.
Yeah. Me too. It's a reminder that there's always more to discover.
Right.
Even about the signs we think we know well. And to all our listeners out there who are navigating relationships with Aries, individuals, take this to heart.
Yes.
Look beyond that surface behavior.
Yeah.
And try to understand the why behind their actions.
That's so important.
It might just revolutionize your relationship.
And remember, every Aries is unique.
That's true.
So while these general insights can be helpful, there's no substitute for getting to know the individual Aries in your life.
In your life.
On a deeper level.
Well said. So embrace the complexity.
Yes.
Lean into the challenge. And remember, that understanding is the key to unlocking the magic of any relationship.
Yeah.
Especially with the fiery, passionate, and endlessly fascinating
they are.
Aries.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.
Yes.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
The warrior and the child at heart.
Right. And how those two coexist within the same person.
I know, it's wild.
Yeah, it's like you have this bold, assertive energy, ready to take on the world, conquer everything.
Yeah.
And then this playful, innocent side.
Yeah, that just wants to
have fun.
Right.
And experience life to the fullest.
It is a paradox.
It is, but that's what makes Aries so captivating.
It does. It really does.
It's like they have this incredible zest for life.
Yeah.
This childlike wonder.
Yeah, for sure.
That just shines through.
It does.
Even in the midst of all that warrior energy.
So how do those two sides coexist?
Yeah, how does that...
how does that even work?
How did that even work? How did that play out in their relationships?
Okay, well, think of it like this.
Okay.
That warrior side gives them the strength and courage to pursue their goals and protect the people they love.
Okay.
It's what drives them to be leaders. Innovators, trailblazers.
Right.
But that child at heart is what keeps them connected to their passions.
Okay.
Their sense of adventure and their ability to find joy,
even
in the simple things.
So it's like they're constantly balancing these two powerful forces within them.
They are. And understanding that duality is key to appreciating the complexity of an Aries.
It's not enough to just see that fiery exterior.
Right.
You have to recognize and appreciate that inner child.
That vulnerability that makes them so much more...
than just like a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, right. Exactly.
And, this reminds me of something the source brought up.
Okay.
It poses this really insightful question.
Oh, what is it?
It says, how can understanding the motivations and fears behind an Aries' actions help you build stronger, more fulfilling relationships with them?
That's a really good question.
It is, right. It's so easy to get caught up in those surface level behaviors.
Right. You just see the impulsiveness.
Right. You see the bluntness.
Yeah, the fiery outbursts.
The temper, all that.
Right.
But if we can take a step back and really try to understand
the why.
The why behind their actions.
Yes.
It opens up this whole new level of empathy and connection.
It's like peeling back the layers of the onion, right? Getting to the heart of what makes them tick.
And once we understand that, we can respond in a way that strengthens the relationship.
Exactly.
Rather than creating more friction.
It's about recognizing their actions aren't just arbitrary. They're often driven by these deep-seated fears and desires.
It's like that need to be seen as strong.
Exactly.
That fear of failure.
Yeah.
That longing for adventure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we can meet them where they are, create a space.
And create a space.
Genuine connection.
That's where the real understanding begins.
It's about seeing beyond the fire.
Yeah.
To the heart.
To the heart
of the person.
That's so well said.
And recognizing that those seemingly contradictory qualities, the warrior, the child.
Yeah.
That's what makes Aries so unique.
It is.
And so lovable.
It really does.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to embrace that complexity.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them so special.
It does.
This has been such a fascinating, deep dive.
Oh, dude.
I feel like I have a whole new understanding.
Oh, you do? This is Aries now.
Me too. Yeah. And it's a reminder
that
there's always more to learn.
Yes. Always more to discover.
Yeah.
Even about the signs we think we know so well.
Right.
So to all our listeners out there who are navigating relationships with Aries individuals, take this to heart.
Yes.
Look beyond that surface behavior.
Yes.
And try to understand the why behind their actions. That's so important.
It could change everything.
It really could.
You know, it could revolutionize your relationships.
Absolutely.
And remember, every Aries is unique.
Right.
So while these general insights are helpful,
they are.
There's no substitute for getting to know the individual.
The individual,
in your life.
On a deeper level,
Well said. So embrace the complexity.
Yes.
Lean into the challenge. And remember that understanding is the key to unlocking the magic of any relationship.
Yeah.
Especially with the fiery, passionate, and endlessly fascinating.
They are endlessly fascinating.
Aries!
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.
Yes.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.